Hello friends, good evening and welcome to Pathway Infotech. So today the topic which I am going to explain about GL account master data changes between ECC and S4 HANA. So let me present my screen. I have prepared a small deck for that one. Okay. So let us start the session. So overview of the general ledger GL master data changes between ECC and S4 HANA. The general ledger account master records are accounting functions. So this is part of the accounts. It's a functionality of the accounting. So the GL basically, which are related to the finance. Then the GL account master records controls the postings of accounting transactions here. Okay. Now, so the GL master records controls the posting of accounting here, accounting transactions. Then general ledger accounts in SAP, it has been divided into the two parts. One is a part number, one is a chart of account segment and as well as company code segment. As we everybody aware of this one, why SAP has given such concept. In case if I have a two legal entities, so the two legal entities may perform different business operations. So the one legal entity may perform manufacturing operations, another unit, another legal entity may perform the sales related operations. In such situations, so for both the legal entities does not require the common GL accounts. So that is the reason SAP has come up with the concept to call it as a chart of accounts level segment and a company code segment. So initially what we would require, initially first the GL accounts to be, or it should be created at chart of accounts level. Then it needs to be extended company code level. If really that GL account to be required for that legal entity, then we can obviously we can go and extend the GL account. Now, okay. So now changes between ECC and S4 HANA. What are the changes we could see at the GL master data level? So in S4 HANA, the GL account and primary costs and secondary cost elements got merged and cost element concept has been decommissioned from controlling. So meaning that there is no more concept to call it as a cost element accounting in S4 HANA system. Since all the primary and secondary cost elements are converted are part of the GL account. So the reason behind that, now if you can see here, I have the system S4 HANA system. So where you can see here all my, while creation of the GL account itself, I must have to decide that what is the what is the element category, what is the cost element category, I must have to decide here. Since it is a revenue related, so for revenue related I have assigned the cost element category is 11. Now, okay, now, okay. So while creation of the profit and loss account, P&L account, Either it could be a revenue or expenses. We need to key the primary cost element category at company code segment level. This we have already seen now. For secondary cost element, we have a separate GL account type. Therefore, while creation of the secondary cost element, we have to key a required cost element category. So in S4HANA, while creation of the GL account, in case if the GL account is related to the secondary cost element, so the account type, what you can see, you must have to select secondary costs, the account type, then only the secondary cost element related categories will be appear here for your information. Now it means all GL accounts, primary and secondary cost elements to be created in FS00. So all are created at this level only. Now in SAP S4 HANA, no more transaction codes KA01, KA02, KA03 and KA06. Those transactions has been removed from S4 HANA, because now what we were doing, even I have S4 ECC system also. Let's say this is a GL account which is related to some expenses. Now, if we would like to create cost element, this is the ECC system. What we were doing, we were just clicking here and it is redirecting to my cost element creation KA02, where you can see the transaction code here. But now this concept is not available in S4 HANA. So no additional step to be required in order to create cost element. Okay, while creation of a GL account itself, we will assign the required cost element category. Now the GL master data tables are still remain same, KN, KA, SKA1, SKB1, and the cost center, cost element tables also still remain same, CSKA and CSKB. Now another thing, okay, before going to this one, I would like to discuss with you GL account types. In S4 HANA, there are 5 GL account types are there. But before discussing about this one, let's see what are there in ECC system. So in ECC, we can able to see only 2 GL account types. One is a profit and P&L statement. Another one is a balance sheet account. In ECC, we had only 2. But now, if we can see here, whereas in S4 HANA system, there are 5 account types are there. Cash account, non-operating expenses or income, primary cost or revenue, secondary costs, then balance sheet item. Let's have a look at, you can see here, balance sheet account. It's a similar to your ECC system. Exactly, it is available. But non-operating expenses or income, a profit and loss account used only in FI without CO. So meaning that the moment when you are creating a GL account with this account type, system doesn't require any cost element category. It's a without cost element category. You can create the GL account, you can post it. So you can see here. Let me create any one. Okay, so it does not exist, right? Let me create this one. Now let me create. Okay, I'm just showing here. Select that account type is a non-operating and expenses here. Then select that, let's say the revenues account. Let's see the testing. See here. Now let me go to the controlling. You can see here. Now you cannot see the option, the cost element. Cost element, in order to key the cost element category, that option which is not appearing here. So that is the functionality of this one. So meaning that there is no relationship for your controlling, for your information. Now let me select the one. Okay. Now Primary costs are revenues, profit and loss account used in both in FI and CO. So meaning that this is equal to in ECC system, it's a profit and loss account. So while creation of this P&L account, GL account, we must have to key the required cost element category. You can see here, you can see cost element category, which is appearing here. Now, secondary costs, a profit and loss account used for the allocation. So in case of any CO allocation purpose, so then the appropriate GL account type you need to select and we need to create this one. So if required, you can also set up a separate chart, separate GL number ranges in the chart of accounts level while creation of the, while mapping the OBD4 transaction code, you can also set up separate number range. Now cash account concept. So the cash account for cash and bank transactions. This cash account concept has been introduced in S4 HANA from 2020 onwards. Prior to that, this option, the cash account concept, which was not available prior to that. Remember, you can see here. So this option was not available, but I will explain you a bit more about. First, let me complete these things. Now, the changes, what you can see here, the changes between ECC and S4 HANA. Now, in S4 HANA, the GL account and cost, this we had already discussed, right? Now, another, the new thing here is that open item management by ledger group. You can also see here, whenever you are creating any GL account, see here, open item management by ledger group. When we are going to use this option, because open item management, it's already there. So it is applicable for balance sheet. But in addition to that, another open item management by ledger group. What is the use of this one? Let's see here. So the open item management by ledger group in SAP is a feature that allow you to manage accounts on and open items which are ledger group specific entries, not for ledgers. We are aware, very well aware about the ledgers, like in leading ledger, non-leading ledger, multiple non-leading ledgers might have associated to your company code. But now one ledger group consists of multiple ledgers. There could be a chances. Now the ledger group specific, not ledger. That is the reason I have highlighted here. It is relevant when you use for the ledger approach for parallel accounting. So in SAP, basically there are two approaches are there. Ledger approach. Okay, so now when we are going to use the ledger approach concept, then only this can be used here. Then accounts approach, at the same time for accounts approach, this will not be applicable. Now, how it is going to work here? So you can post ledger group specific entries to an account that has the indicator for this function. So meaning that if you select this option, so whenever you are posting a ledger specific entries, the system will allow you to post. You can only clear items that are posted to specific ledger group within the same ledger group. So if the accounting document which has been posted only for ledger specific group, then only it will clear. I mean, for that particular item only it will get clear. Then you can have a ledger group specific view of the account. Okay, the specific view also it will be available. Now, when we are going to use that one, you can use this feature when you perform a parallel accounting using the ledger approach. Now, limitations. There are certain limitations are applicable. You can't use open item management by ledger group for certain GL accounts like a cash discount accounts, tax relevant accounts, and GRIR clearing account. For such kind of GL accounts, this option doesn't applicable. Now, line item display. Another thing is that in ECC system, if you can see here, In the GL account level, there is an option, line item display. This option has been completely removed from S4 HANA. I mean, option is available, but while creation of GL account, you can see here the line item display option has been removed. But where it is available? Is it available or not? Don't confuse here. If I go to here, you can see here, this is the table view SKB1 at company code level. Now GL account master data at company code level. You can see by default, it is been activated for all the GL account. So no need to activate while creation of the GL account, even after creation. By default, the option will be applicable for all the GL accounts for your information. Now, so that is where the line item display option. Now, the account types also we had already discussed. Now, cost center default account assignment is not available at GL account level. Default CO object can be maintained in transaction code OKB9, which is very stable under the old functionality. So, meaning that now this is the ECC system. Now, after creation of the GL account, if the GL account is a profit and loss account, if I want to create a corresponding cost element, now we are in the screen of creation of the cost element KA02. Now, if we would require in ECC system, we can able to maintain cost center derivation, but this is the default cost center which we were able to assigning this cost element. But in S4 HANA, since all our primary and secondary cost elements are part of GL account, this concept, the default account assignment at the cost element level has been removed from S4 HANA. Since the cost element concept itself, it has removed. So now only one OKB9 transaction code level, you can go ahead and do the setup here. But in OKB9 also available in ECC system. Even this is not the new functionality. Another thing is that statistical cost element. So for balance sheet item, if there are any balance sheet items which you are creating as a cost elements, you can also select cost element category 90. In S4 HANA, a checkbox is only appears if balance sheet GLs are related to the material OBYC, I mean material management integration between FI and MM, or it's a asset accounting A090. This field is required for fund management, internal order, WBS, and the investment order budgeting purpose. Okay. So in S4 HANA, it's only appear the balance sheet GL accounts are related to the materials and others. Now, line item display, this we had already discussed. So the Fury app, in order to create the GL accounts, manage the GL accounts master data, Fury app. Now, a specific attention to be required whenever we are mapping. This is a financial statement version. Okay, if I want to map any GL account in the financial statement, we must require is a special attention to be required here. So now the special attention to be given while creation of the financial statement version, because in S4 HANA, GL and cost element got merged and everything can be seen in the financial reporting, including the secondary cost elements. So the basic requirement is that the cost elements which does not applicable for your reporting, it should not affect your reporting structure. So you can see here the CO, the cost elements and secondary cost elements data related to CO allocation, assignment, distribution data, which is generally considered to be specific controlling. Now, all this data can be seen in the FI reporting, trial balance, and balance sheet, but this should not considered for your FI reporting point of view. We need to understand business constraint and needs and modify the financial statement version accordingly. You can remove those allocations, PO, CO specific data from the financial statement version. Then as mentioned above, CO specific data can be seen in FI reports as per the requirement. Such data can be removed from the reporting through the reporting variant. Obviously, you can go and you can remove this one. Now, in addition to that, there are few changes. Now you can see here for all your balance sheet and as well as the P&L accounts. You can see here now exchange rate default. Now you can see here the account currency. This option is default for all GL accounts in ECC system. Even in S4HANA also, the option is available, the same option which is available for all the GL accounts, except the account type cash account. You can see account currency INR is available, then open item management. Now, the moment when I select the cash account type, let me select the account type cash account. The moment when I select this one, first thing is that the option you can see that currency option which is not applicable, reconciliation account, open item management, and cost element related options, those are not applicable here. Those are not showing. And also for main bank account, the moment when you select the GL account subtype as B from this list, then the system also doesn't display here open item management checkbox here. The option itself, it will not applicable. Now, let's say the cash account, the sub account type I have selected B. Let me show you the option. Now the sub account type GL account, the GL account type is a cash account. The sub account type which I have selected yes is a bank account. At this point of time, now you can see here, even though the currency option which is not appearing, then but open item management is option is enabled here. Also the cost element option still this is not, it is not applicable for your cash transactions. You can see here. So these are the changes as part of S4HANA in terms of the GL accounting. Okay, friends, thank you. So thanks for watching the video. Next time, very soon I'll come up with the new master data. Either it could be a customer or vendor. Okay, thanks for watching the video. Have a nice day.